It worked. Okay, so today I'm just down in the canal fishing. It's higher water level in the canal, but it's fishable as you can see. And I'm fishing a spoon. We're after high tide where the water pushes up and pushes all the fish into the system, so there should be some moving through. And what I just do is cast to the other shore and slowly retrieve it back. You want that spoon to flutter back and forth as much as possible. You don't really want it doing the high velocity spin. So you want the rod tip to kind of just do this as you're reeling in. And when it swings down below you, you'll feel it'll start to go too fast, and then that's when you just crank it in and give it another try. I got one. See, I did that little hop and flutter. I jigged it 3 times by shore there. It gets their attention, something different. Sometimes change you up like that really helps trigger a bite. And then I just did a steady reel after that, and boom, fish on. Another hatchery coho. Look at that fish on the prime lures. Okay, the other one, man, this hook is in there good. So the other one, he went up shallow. There we go. Another thing you can do instead of doing the fan cast is just don't cast all the way across, just cast halfway across, because that way you're presenting the fish, the spoon to the fish better closer to you, because the fish closer to you will never get the spoon presented well to them, because it usually swings downstream and it's flipping way too fast. Okay, so if you want that spoon to like be well presented to the salmon and you think they might be closer to you, then just cast beyond them, 5-10 feet, and then reel that spoon through them. Once the spoon gets downstream of you like this, that's when it starts picking up speed. If you got enough current, you can stop reeling, and you see that rod tip just flicking there. That's perfect. That's how you want it. And sometimes coho will grab it right when it's below you like that. Not today though. So see, that's the roll I'm talking about. I mean, they'll hit it like that, but you want it to be a little bit more fluttery than that. Okay, once it gets to that point, it's a little bit too fast. Coho don't really like it. They like a little bit more side to side and variable flutter. Sometimes you can give it a pop and a flutter. They like hitting it on the fall too, so always be ready right after you cast. When you click your bail and start reeling, if you feel any pressure there, set the hook, because they may have inhaled it when it was falling. Check this out. I have the spot to myself. Nobody's in sight. Everyone says the Vedder's so busy. And I'm catching coho. Oh, missed him twice. He hit it and they came back and grabbed it again. That was pretty cool. Double hit. When I'm fishing spoons, just don't cast to the same spot all the time, because the line the spoon takes back to you changes depending on where you start that cast. So cast the other shore, but start up higher and work your way down. and then swing the spoon across the run. Be ready at any time because those coho just come up behind and grab it. You gotta set the hook, otherwise they spit the spoon out pretty fast. So when you feel, sometimes you'll just feel your spoon will stop moving. That's because the fish hits it from behind and basically they grab it from behind and pick it up towards you, so you'll feel it just stop, set the hook. Other times, it's a quick grab. And so whatever it is, make sure you get on that fish, otherwise it's just gonna get away on you, okay? They don't always roll in the canal, so they're kind of hard to know when they're here. You see that one out there, that's a dead salmon floating down. But the coho, they don't always roll in the canal when it's flowing really good like this. They just kind of swim upstream, and you might see the odd splash along the bank or something, but really not that much surface action here. So it's kind of hard to tell when they're present. And when you're all alone, float fishing is difficult because it's hard to cover this huge span of water. So when you're alone and you're in the canal, it's probably way easier to just cast a spoon. You can cover a lot of ground quickly, and it's a good speed, decent speed for a spoon. It's a little fast, but it works. Yeah, I got one. Coho. Actually, yeah, I got one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. We did it. Sweet. Look at that. Look at that, right in the nose. Hooked. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Hatchery coho. On my favorite one, 12 gram prime lures spoon. Yeah. Just cover ground with that spoon, and then once you hook one, your goal is to get the spoon back into that area, because that's probably where they're cruising up the canal. It's probably the lane they're using. If one used it, it's probably the path of least resistance, and others will use it. So I've caught all three of them about 15 to 20 feet from the other bank. I felt one bite. I hooked two, it landed two, but I lost one. They all bit, fairly close to the other shoreline, so they're probably running up that side of the river, and they probably follow the spoon for a little bit, and then they grab it. Do different types of retrieves, faster, slower, and that's how you figure out how it works. Oh. You have to develop your own techniques, and I know it's tough at the beginning because when you're not catching fish, it can be really frustrating. But the more variability you put into fishing, the more successful you will be. So vary things, vary the lures you use, vary how you fish them, vary the retrieve, vary where you're casting. Just don't do the same thing. Oh, I just had a bite. Just don't do the same thing over and over, because that's how you'll just propagate failure. If you do the same thing over and over and it's not working, don't do that. That's how you propagate failure, okay? You want to try different things, see what works for you, and then you repeat success. So repeat success, and from my experience, repeating success means to continually change as many of the variables as possible until you find what's working that day, because every day out on the water is a new situation, especially on the river. The water levels change, the clarity changes, it's cloudy, it's sunny, it's raining, fish are coming in, tides are changing. There's so many variables around you, so you have to match your presentation to those variables and give yourself the best shot at catching those fish.